So you thought you might like to go to the show. Some people will get it, some people won't. To feel the warm thrill of confusion, that space cadet glow. I've got some bad news for you, sunshine. Pink isn't well. He stayed back at the hotel, and they sent us along as a surrogate band. We're gonna find out where you fans really stand.
Late this afternoon, migrants started arriving at St. John Villa Academy just as a judge ruled the city could not use the old school as a shelter. About 30 migrants are now refusing to leave, left in limbo with nowhere else to go as the city appeals the judge's decision.
About 20 other migrants who arrived this afternoon decided to leave the shelter on their own after they were heckled by protesters outside of the school. They said that they did not feel safe. Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan is live on Staten Island with the very latest. Jim.
Liz, the people of Staten Island said no today, and they meant it. The mayor planned to house migrants from the southern border at this former grade school in a fully residential neighborhood with 4 other schools filled with children nearby. The city brought the migrants in, and they were greeted by their new neighbors.
You're not welcome!
The migrant crisis came to Staten Island today as dozens of recent immigrants were bused to a former Catholic school here for housing. Residents were furious.
Go home! Where's the children? You're not welcome!
We have an all-girls Catholic high school literally 50 feet from this facility. If your 16-year-old daughter attended this school, would you want a migrant shelter right across the street?
To come down here and see this neighborhood and what's here and how the children are so close to it, we're not going to stand for it. I'm very sorry. We're not going to do it. I fought before for Hill, and I'll fight now for Hill. And I'm not moving from this spot till this is closed. That is it.
Not having control at the border is insanity.
Public officials from the borough held a news conference at the site and promised a lawsuit to prevent the school from being used as a shelter. And by early afternoon, they appear to have won.
And he ruled that there's an emergency temporary restraining order from anyone occupying this building. For now, Staten Island's won.
Soon, the migrants who had just arrived 2 hours earlier were on their way out.
And it's not our responsibility. You know, come on. No one's giving me free food. No one's giving me free housing.
Now, we have not been allowed into the school. We can't tell whether all of the migrants have left. We are told that some have refused to leave and are still staying, but the court order requires them to leave, and the matter will be reconsidered at another court hearing in September.
Tell me, is there something eluding you, sunshine? Is this not what you expected to see? Look, how many of them went into the voting booth and pushed the big blue button? I wonder. Of course, I doubt that every New Yorker doesn't push the blue button. Probably not everyone in New York City pushes the big blue button, but I'm willing to bet you they're up in the 90+% category. Voting has consequences, especially when you vote in someone that's further to either side than you are. If you vote in someone further left than you are, you ought to know where you're at, even on the right. If you vote in someone further to your left and you consider yourself on the right, you can't really get upset with what you get, because you know he was to the left of you. So he or she, or in hell, in modern world, it. Y'all, I mean, I don't know. Let's see how far down the rabbit hole goes. Bye.